What's up, everybody, and welcome to the Wild Wormhole, where you never know what you're going to get. This time around, we are doing some commentary on the True Survival tournament that KIP put on this weekend. I think they had 76 players, which is awesome. Basically, you bring 3 decks to the tournament, and if you lose with a deck, that deck is eliminated. Once you're out of decks, you're done. And if you basically goes all the way down to the winner. And so today, I think there were 6 rounds that were played, and I think there's 20 people left at this point that are 4-2 or better. And so there'll be day 2 tomorrow, but wanted to record some and then and get this posted and do some commentary later. So what I did is I set up my computer to record these games and then do this commentary. So if I don't if I don't look over certain cards to show specifics, that's why I've got 2 little babies. So can't really sit there and do commentary with them in the room. But anyways, I think this will be really interesting. We're going to jump into this first one right now. We've got BN87 against ChiefsFanCDog in round 2. Missed round 1, but we got into round 2. And BN87 here's got Iras Sordo and Tico Del Forte. And looks like Coda deck with Dis, Mars, Shadows. You can see that there. Looks like double Ember Imp, pretty interesting. Double Toxin in Mars. You got Ether Spider, which is always good. You got just some good quality Mars guys. Shadows, you got Bait and Switch, couple Poison Waves. Doesn't look like anything too crazy, but just a standard Coda. The Zookeeper is interesting against Worlds Collide with so many dinos out there. So we'll see if that comes into play. It looks like down here we've got Gareth Snake Oil, Prunanthos. This is a Worlds Collide Brobnar Dis Logos. Brobnar's got double Berserker Slam and Smith. You love to see that if you're gonna have to have Brobnar, those are the cards you want to see. Double Groke, double Calfine. Again, Groke's a great one to see early, so it's not the worst Brobnar. Got a lot of good giants and nothing that seems wasted necessarily. In Dis, triple Infernus, I see that immediately. That's spicy. You got Library of the Damned, which is great because I'm looking over and seeing 3 Eddie 4x4s in Logos and double Academy Training. Wonder how that's going to play out, but so we're going to jump in. This is round 2 of the Knowledge and Power KIPtournaments.com True Survival event. So they've got 30 minutes time limit on these games. And looks like ChiefsFanCDog goes first with Brobnar with the Mega Mog Hunter as the fight do 2 to a flank creature. BN87 replies with some Mars. He's got Zizix the Many, Mind Warper, and Combat Pheromones. Solid start, although the Mega Mog Hunter could straight up just kill those guys immediately. Alright, so Bornet comes down. Bornet's got some crazy stuff. Reveal the top 5 cards. Purge 1. Dendrix comes out, and he plays Harvest Time. Choose a trait, purge each card. With that trait, each player gains 1 amber for each card they controlled that was purged this way. All right, back to BN87. Goes back to Mars. Plays Ulix Megamouth. Fight Reap. Use a friendly non-Mars creature. Mind Warper. Has a sneaky little ability to put Amber on one of his guys. So he uses the Many to fight Bornet, and he gets that Amber back. But he does lose Zizix the Many with that. Calfine coming down for ChiefsFan. Grote coming down. He's got some pretty beefy guys in this list. He did play the Smith. Again, Smith, you get an amp for playing it, and then you get 2 more if you have more creatures than your opponent. All right, Succubus coming down, reducing hand size, Toxin. Man, Succubus and Toxin together is pretty spicy. He does pop the combat pheromones to use Mega Mouth and Mind Warper, although he won't get anything great out of Mega Mouth. Okay, so he uses him to fight Dendrix. But he used Mind Warper to put an Amber on him and then used him to fight. Interesting. Because Dendrix is not dead yet. So Eddie comes down, Hologramophone, Quantum Finger Trap. Academy Training, going on Calfine, which makes him a Logos creature, so he immediately is able to use that to fight Succubus and do extra damage there. Really establishing a good board presence. But Poison Wave comes down and kills a few things. Customs Office came down. Imperial Trader comes down. But he's not playing against Sanctum, so doesn't get any added bonus there. Plays Dodger and Hidden Stash. Archiving. Interesting. I think he played out his whole hand because he doesn't have archives. That went pretty fast. Sorry, I missed something, but I think he may have played out his hand. All right, Chiefs fan going back to this. Buzzle coming out. Rock Grub. Pull him down to 6. Infernus. Okay, so he's pulling him off check because BN87 was at check. The cool thing is on KIP, they have the key cost up here. I think that has on the Crucible too, but so you can kind of see what the current key cost is. Oh gosh, double Infernus. It's brutal. So he purges Hidden Stash, Imperial Trader, Poison Wave, and Bait and Switch. So basically clears out 4 Shadows cards. Which the Bait and Switch hurts. But yeah, got him back down to 3 Amber Infernus. Oh, and here comes the Gateway to Dis. Clears everything out. Plays out Toxin with the Flame Wreathed. Which is, of course, an upgrade. Gives him +2 power and Hazardous 2. Oh, ChiefsFanCDog plays Wild Wormhole. Automatically wins the game. Just kidding. That's just house rules. Groke comes down. Eddie comes down. Eddie comes down. Oh. So many Eddies. And then Hologramophone wards and Eddie. Gonna make it a little tougher to kill those things. BN87, back to him. Plays out Disc. Gets Ember Imp down. Toxin. Reaps. Discards a Stiltkin at random from his hand. Chiefs fan with the Logos. It's a real back and forth right now. But BN87's keys cost 10 right now. And Daughter comes down. That's going to help him help his hand size increase by 1. Hologramophone wards the other Eddie. So now both Eddies are warded. Groke becomes a Logos character, and he fights Toxin, trading Groke for him. Toxin had Hazardous 2 because of the upgrade. That's why he died there. And that's it. He ends his turn on check at 7 with a pretty solid Logos board right there with the Hologramophone, 2 Eddies warded, and the Daughter. BN87 goes back to Mars with a soft landing, and he's able to reap with the Plague Master. Good thing the Logos guys are not humans, otherwise he would wreck them. Ether Spider does come down though, so the either Ether or whatever is pretty solid Mars creature. Basically, every Amber that Chiefs fan gets will go on the Ether Spider, so at some point he's gonna have to deal with them. Library of the Damned comes down. Oh, he used Poltergeist to. Oh, he poltergeisted the Customs Office first, so he doesn't have to pay him. So going back to Shadows. Oh, the Shadow Self next to the Ether Spider. So at this point, he's going to have to do 16 damage if he's going to fight to kill that Ether Spider and start actually using that Amber that's going to be going on the Spider. So this is interesting. It'll be interesting to see how that happens. I once played a guy locally. He had 2 Shadow Selves outside of a Ether Spider, had no direct removal, only damage, and that was a beast to chew through. Okay, so ChiefsFan goes back to Logos. Positron Bolt. That'll help. It goes 3-2-1 from a flank to the inside. So I'll probably just be putting. Okay, so he killed the Plague Master first, and so essentially putting 2 on the Ether Spire, 1 on Shadow Self, but Shadow Self sucked up that 2. Interesting. I might have done that differently, because he could have put all 6 into Shadow Self and killed it with an Eddy, but into the Shadow Self. But everybody has their preferences. So, all right. So, okay. So the Eddies fight the Shadow Self. Okay. So he basically opts to use them both to fight, which makes sense. So the Shadow Self is gone. Reaps with Daughter. So Ether Spider's up to 4 Amber. We'll see if BN87 can capitalize on this delay that he's put on him. All right, Poison Wave knocking off the wards. And then Old Bruno fights Eddy and gets a Nerve Blast out there. So, all right, so all right, so he took all of his archives in. Interesting. So now technically BN87 can forge. Okay, so he Berserker slams, Mog Hunter's Brew, nice to make Eddy a little more powerful. Calfine. I guess he had to kill the Ether Spider, so that's a great way to do it. Give him a key in trading a huge board. I think that's a fine trade, because now he's up to 9 Amber at check with 1 key. BN87 has no board but 1 key. Here comes 3 Fates. Man, he's got some solid removal in that deck. Some good creature control. And use Fear to bring Daughter back. So, and Poltergeist to use and destroy the Library of the Damned. These guys are playing quick. I gotta give him credit. But he does. ChiefsFan does forge. So he's on 2 keys. Now he's at 4 Amber. He plays Evil Eye to make his keys cost 9. Infernus comes out again. I think this is our 3rd Infernus now. He purged Poltergeist and Ember Imp. Plays Rot Grub. Plays Bloodshard Imp. No, he discards Bloodshard Imp. Solid. Bloodshard Imp is the one that after creature reaps its controller must sacrifice it, and so makes sense that he get rid of him. BN87 drops the Ember Imp, the Pit Demon. Plays Mind Barb, discarding the Sanitation Engineer. So we'll see how ChiefsFan responds. All right, he's going back to Brobnar. Berserker Slam. He got it back. I guess he cycled. So Berserker Slam into the Ember Imp. He's got a lot of both board control and creature control in here. So Stiltkin reaps, and then he plays Grok. Well, I'm surprised he didn't play him next to the Stiltkin, because then he could fight. All right, so BN87 drops the Miasma, so ChiefsFan cannot forge even... Well, I guess... Yeah, he did have it, but then he Relentless Whispered, so it didn't really matter. Interesting. I wonder... Well, I don't know what his hand is. Unfortunately, in the setting that it is as a spectator, they don't... On the tournaments, it's set up so you just join a specific table, so I can't see... They can't even let me see their hands, unfortunately. But it makes sense, because then you don't want someone popping in and telling your teammate what's in their hand. Okay, so ChiefsFan goes Dis, Infernus reaps, Rotgub reaps, and another Infernus comes out. Golly, it is aggravating to play against so many Infernuses. Purges the Berserker Slam and Bloodshard from his own discard pile because BN87 doesn't have a discard pile. So gets rid of Bloodshard and Berserker Slam. I think probably just getting rid of some of the stuff that you don't really want to see pop up that often. All right, so Chiefs fan ends at check at 9. Can BN87 stop him from forging his final key? Zookeeper takes an Infernus. He takes the other Infernus, and that is game. Congratulations to ChiefsFanCDog. Looks like Worlds Collide came out on top on this one. Gareth Snake Oil Punanthos. Good luck to the rest of these guys. Again, so this is true survival, so BN87's deck is eliminated, and Chiefs fan will still play with this deck until it loses. So stay tuned. We've got more content from this tournament, so be sure to check it out, and we'll see you in the next one.